Welcome to Assessing Information Needs, Brian's decision-making process. Brian is a 23-year-old male, married with a 3-year-old son. His primary goal is to start up a clothing company within the next 3 years. However, planning for his business impacts many of his decisions on a daily basis, and finances play a significant role in this decision-making process. The client has indicated that he will need to make the following decisions within the next few weeks. Should he buy a workstation to help jumpstart his business? Brian's had his desk for years, is falling to pieces and stifles his creativity. He would like to purchase a new one. If he buys a new workstation, he will have a place to work on his clothing designs. He must decide between keeping the old workstation and buying a new one. The second decision Brian faces is one of security. Recently, Brian's car was broken into. He is concerned for his family's safety and needs to decide if it is necessary for him to buy alarms for the family's cars. He is not sure if the robbery was an isolated incident or a frequent occurrence in the neighborhood. Getting alarms for the family's 2 cars will assure safety, but he is not sure whether they can afford it given his desire to buy a new workstation. Lastly, with the cost of his new business, getting a second job will ease up financial pressures for his family. However, Brian must consider location, time cost, and quality of life. Although he will have more money to invest in his business and to ensure his family's safety, he will not have much time for his family or to work on his designs. In order to assist the client in his decision-making process, the expert asks the client to list the factors that would affect his final decision. After constant deliberation, the expert and the client came up with a list of factors. There are 9 factors affecting the decision-making process. They include expense, budget, career goals, security, time, location, quality of life, social obligations, schedule, finally, schedule. Buying a new workstation is affected by career goals. Will buying a workstation change his work environment and provide him more space to work? Brian feels buying a new workstation will give him room to create and design. Expense. How much will the workstation cost? Budget. Is there room in the budget for him to buy a new workstation? Location. Where will he put the workstation in his 2-bedroom apartment? Quality of life. Will the workstation crowd his home? Is there enough space for the 3 of them in a large workstation? Secondly, the factors he must consider when determining whether or not to buy car alarms. Time. How much time will it take to install the alarms? Schedule. When will his work schedule, his wife's schedule, permit to get the alarms installed? Expense. How much will the alarms cost? Budget. Can the family afford to buy the alarms at this time? And lastly, decision to get a second job is effective time. How much time will he spend at the job? Will he still have enough time for his family, friends, and to work on his business? Schedule. How will his new job fit into his schedule for his full-time job? Location. Where will the job be located? How far is it from his home? Quality of life. Will getting a job permit him to see his wife and son? Security. Will the job pay enough to secure them financially? And lastly, social obligations. Will he be able to commit to youth ministry at church? In conducting the analysis for information needs, we must consider essential information is information that we need to collect now. Rapid collection data is not needed now, but should be rapidly collected when needed. Periodic data collection is lower priority. You can do both planning and collection in the future. There is no need for immediate action. And finally, low priority data is information that can be assessed through observation. Brian decided that getting information on the family's budget and his career objectives are the most essential. Finding out quality of life can be done periodically. In addition, he decided that he will buy the workstation, but he will not pick up another job. Picking up another job would not allow him to work on his business to advance in his career. He will not be able to invest in his family or the youth ministry at church. Lastly, because Brian is not getting a second job, he will have to hold off on getting jobs for the family's cause. Thank you for your time.